Well, hello again there, vinyl community. It's Jacob coming to you from the Dallas Open Micer YouTube channel with my first video of the fall. Let's see what I got. I got some interview questions for myself. I'll be showing 2 records in this video. Here's my first question. Are the questions that you will be answering going to be as tough to answer as the title of this video implies? Probably not. Alright, if you're still with me, next question. Why don't you start your videos by saying, "Yo, what's up, VC?" If I ever said that, I would disappoint myself and those who love me. Next question. You recently picked up a 43rd subscriber. Yes, I did. Although I got up to 44, and somebody very quickly unsubscribed from my channel. That happens sometimes. What contest? Okay, so now that I'm up to 43 subscribers, let's see what's next. What contest are you planning to push your channel toward reaching the 50 sub club? Well, I have no desire to plan a contest. I prefer threads. I also believe that the best sub counts for mental health are the ones that are grown organically. Watch out for those artificial subs. Alright, question. You've been known to drone on for some time before showing a record, but you never use the customary transitional phrase, "without further ado." Why is that? Well, I believe that the phrase diminishes the value of the words that came before it. While I am comfortable with selective vulnerability, I have no desire to project weakness to the public. These stage lights are hot. I just had a trickle of sweat just run down my torso. What is the plural of vinyl? Records or LPs? I'll accept both. What 12-inch 33 1/3 RPM LP records did you spin today? Well, by sheer coincidence, both of these records were from the year 1979, and it was the year the charts were dominated by the Knacks' "My Sharona," a song that probably I'm not a big champion of the cancel culture, but they got some mighty creepy lyrics in that song. Not one that I enjoyed listening to. But there was some good stuff back in 1979. Let's see what we got here. This LP record is currently on the turntable. Emmylou Harris, "Blue Kentucky Girl," this floppy cover from Warner Brothers. Got a lot of big names here in the that country revival, or the neo-traditionalists, or whatever people like to brand themselves. The ladies from the group Trio here all together. 1979. A delightful listen. Lots of those old-timey instruments with a modern feel without spoiling the connection to the past. And we got the 80s production that was just around the corner here. Nobody knew it back in 1979 that the 80s were coming, and a lot of wonderful things happened in the 80s with the recording business. But a lot of those older, more established artists, they started to dabble with the synthesizers and the electronic music, and it left their music sounding a bit dated and soulless, and this captures a moment in time before that happened. Quite an enjoyable, relaxing listen. All right, what else do we have from 1979? We have Joe Ely's third album, and I hadn't listened to this one for quite some time. I for some reason, I had thought it was, just, didn't doesn't, still I don't think it matches the quality of his first two albums, which are I would call modern masterpieces. But again, this is nothing to shy away from here. Wonderful. Oh, I don't know if you call this alt country or some kind of Texas country rock music. It's got a nice bounce to it. It's got some good steel guitar and some of that honky tonk sound. You got this gatefold cover here with the band there. I was looking at these liner notes and was trying to figure out just remember what year this came out before I said anything on this video. And there was the list of the band members, and Greg Wright is listed as bass, and bass is spelled B-A-S-E. I don't know. My initial reaction to that is a sign of somebody's ignorance. You spell bass B-A-S-S. However, I thought, don't be so hasty, Jacob. It could be that there are different variants in the spelling. I know over in the UK they spell words like color with adding a U, which we don't do. So it's possible that this is a correct spelling that I'm not aware of. So if you are someone that knows for certain that you can spell bass like the upright bass or the bass guitar, B-A-S-E, like a bass in baseball, please let me know. I think that would be a nifty piece of trivia that I could stash away with, and maybe sometime at an office party or something I could bore someone in conversation with that one. That could be quite delightful. Wonderful work from Joe Ely. This is much more substantial. I like to take the plastic sleeves or sleeves off of these before I show them, because they can cause a lot of a light reflection to go on. You don't really see what's going on. This is a nice, sturdy, substantial record cover, made from good old American cardboard here. Nice, good, thick, the kind of cardboard you want on your record cover. I gotta say, these folks over here at Warner Brothers, you'd think there was a cardboard shortage. Maybe this was I don't know if maybe this was a later release. Maybe in 1979 they had a nice thick cardboard, but maybe this is 1982, 1983 release. They just didn't change the typography there. But very, very disappointing here. If I didn't have the record in the sleeve and the plastic outer sleeve to make this feel more substantial, I'd be quite disappointed. Anyway, let's move on and get to another question. What decorative collectibles are being displayed on top of your record shelves? Well, I would prefer to not answer that question. All right. Next up, are you a record sniffer? If so, what sort of sniffer are you? Well, I'm strictly a 78 RPM record sniffer. The only records I sniff, I don't believe in sniffing 45s or 33s. Nothing from the LP era. And you certainly, if you are record sniffing, do sniff responsibly. got to watch out for mold. It can be a dangerous indulgence if you're not careful. All right, next up. Is the vinyl community dead? Well, wouldn't you like to know? See if we can build up some more tension. Is the vinyl community dead? What do you think? No, the vinyl community is not dead, but its breath of life is fetid. What's dead are those metaphoric horses that many VC content creators beat out of bored routine or in a short-sighted attempt to gain followers. Will you share something from your Coleman collection? Well, I have 2 Coleman pieces. I'll share one of them as they're duplicates. So it wouldn't make sense to share in both. So I moved to Texas in spring of 2008. I bought a matching pair of these Coleman Coolers. I found it at a Big Lots store in Allen, Texas. At the time, I had an older model with gray plastic with a white lid, and it had seen better days. And I saw a price on this, the pair of Colemans here. I couldn't pass them up. Generally, I've used Colemans for many years, and what I had been using my Colemans for my previous Coleman model for at the time was to cool beverages in the car. I would do a lot of driving around, and I would fill my Coleman with ice, and I would put bottles and cans in the ice to keep them cool, so that wherever I would go on my travels, I would have an ice cold beverage to enjoy. I kind of laugh at people who will buy a cold beverage at a convenience store, just never going to be cold enough, and then they drink it over a period of 20 minutes to an hour, and it cannot be at a satisfying temperature. But if you carry around a Coleman cooler, you can always enjoy an icy beverage. Especially this is true before the ready availability of these tumblers, these thermos mugs that are all the rage now, or these travel thermoses for keeping beverages cold or hot. Now I do have a music related story that I could share with this, either this or its twin, and. This happened probably around 2014 or so. It was maybe 13, quite a few years back. And I had gone to a Billy Joe Shaver concert in Plano, Texas, the Love and War Texas restaurant and concert stage. It was an afternoon concert on a Sunday in September. Sponsored by the Shiner Bock Beer, the Shiner concert series, and this was a Billy Joe Shaver concert that was broadcast on the radio. The show started at around 5 o'clock, and 5 p.m. on a September night in Texas is, well, it's a scorcher, and it was quite hot, and my wife declined going to the show with me, so I went by myself. I think this might have been the show where Billy Joe married a couple. They were fans of his, and I'd see him at the shows there. And they got married and in the court, but they wanted Billy Joe to perform a wedding for them. So he did that during a commercial break, I guess. Said not he didn't have one of those fake ordinations, like Billy Gibbons can perform marriages. He did married Billy Joe, but Billy Joe married the couple under authority that he gave to himself. It was a wonderful little moment. But after the show, I was walking out to my car in the parking lot, and I called the missus, let her know the show was out and I'd be coming home soon, and had the key fob, and I beeped the locks open, and was getting settled in and ready to take a seat, and there was a very large, scary gentleman who had opened the door to the passenger seat, and he was trying to get in with me, and I believe he was attempting a carjacking. Fortunately for myself, this or its a like cooler. If we were going to do a reenactment, we could either use this cooler or the matching pair. I had my cooler on the floor of the car on the passenger side, filled with ice and bottles of water, and the gentleman was having a difficult time negotiating how he would slip into the car. He wasn't the kind of carjacker who could really think on the fly, because I guess he needed leg room, and this was getting in the way, and so he did come up with a plan B. He gave up his attempt to get into the car with me, and standing on the other side of the vehicle, he made a very aggressive demand that I hand over some. Well, I think not some money, but all of the money I might have had on my person. He demanded it from me, and I very politely declined. But being a soft-spoken man, I think he interpreted my speech pattern as a sign of weakness, that it was indicative of his dominance over me as on a purely animal, male to male level, and I've had other people that make that mistake in the past, because I do come across as being very gentle, but I do have some vocal range. I discovered that when I was working as a substitute teacher in Fresno, California, in my 20s there, I have a very loud, booming voice when I'm yelling. Some of those teenagers in Fresno, they have rough and rowdy ways, and sometimes they needed to be yelled at with a commanding tone of voice, and so I yelled at this man like he was a Fresno teenager in my maybe in an English class I was subbing in at Fresno High School or something like that, and he he had quite a shocked look on his face and was speechless and dumbfounded. And then I continued to speak to him in a loud voice, and I selectively chose a profanity, a swear word with 4 letters, and added a little bit of edge to my demands that he leave, which he did, and I was able to leave with my car, my money, my life, and my dignity intact. This is my Coleman Collection. I highly recommend the brand. Ain't what they used to be. I'll tell you that. This is certainly no vintage Coleman, but just like many things that are vintage, older, they become collectible, and this certainly does its job. It's something I use daily at work. I like to fill the cooler with ice, and I have this is like bonus footage for you. I like to drink iced coffee, and so what I do is I fill this tumbler with ice from home, so that I have fresh, clean ice to put into another tumbler throughout the day, and then when I'm ready for a coffee refill, I have my refill handy, so I never have to drink the lounge coffee. I don't know that anybody ever cleans the lounge coffee. It's not one of my favorite things. I do also bring bottled waters as well. So anyway, my Coleman Collection. There's my little piece of Coleman history to share there. If you made it to the end of the video, well, thank you so much for watching. If you like the interview format and you haven't seen my first video, let's put that link right there. There you go. And I hope to be back soon with another video for you to enjoy, or to stop watching within the first 30 seconds, as the custom for most viewers. But anyway, thanks for making it to the end. You're greatly appreciated, and if you missed that link over there, my goodness, you might be missing out on a good time.